Hey, there we go. What's going on, everybody? I don't know if anyone's in. A lot of stuff. Ooh, we got a battery there. It's a jumpsuit jacket. Good. All right, we got people just. So we're gonna do reruns again. Happy that this is actually here right now. All right. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There might be a restart coming up. So we are everything in a dry bag at the. Ooh. Uh-oh. um okay, is everyone redone? Did something happen? Oh wow. Nice. They're getting ready for raid defense. Please don't do it again. I hate that sound. Just checking to see if there's any more batteries upstairs. This is unsettling. This is wild. 2 batteries. A broadcast station. We had like 6 the other day. Please don't do it again. I hate that sound. Alright. These are people things, right? They have to be. Battery. Wild. They're about to put a battery, let it just disappear on the floor. There's that, but batteries, dude. This too. Okay, battery, but still, I mean. 3 batteries total. Kind of alarming. Nope. Alright, we're just doing it then. This. Just got a battery here. This will be enough, right? Oh my god, motivate me. Oh my god, you're real. Prove to me you're real. Prove to me you're real. mics right, you know? Okay. All right, what are we doing? 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 Okay, okay. We're doing a new rerun. All right, guys, we're doing a new rerun today. I just did it. Came home from work. Just my very first podcast in Radio Chernaris. Not this one. Previous wife. Before this torn. When I just showed up and they let me do a podcast here. There's another building that the previously was here, some military building. Did a podcast on the first floor. It was a lot of fun. It was on AI. It was a podcast I was pushing so hard for like 2 weeks and no one gave a fuck about. I was like, I need all these things, and it's clear no one wants to do any of these things. And so I just said, fuck it, I'll do it myself, which made me realize why season 4 had to be pretty much me talking to people, because no one really wants to be a part. They just want to watch. Which is a good realization, really. A87.8, and hey, what's going on, Toplin? This is Radio Chernaris. I'm your host, Cecil. Normally, we play music, most of our DJs, and it's just grand, isn't it? Don't you have a great time listening to these fantastic songs they play? But me, I'm a different type of DJ out there. Not really a DJ. I'm more of a podcaster. You may see my letters out there around at the wells or on the bulletin boards or the maps. I got a podcast that I do every weekend, and it's amazing. I broadcast it straight out of Radio Chernaris. I usually have a guest. We have a lot of fun time. We have a lot of sponsors, is most importantly. But what do you ask what I'm doing right now here during the week? Well, hey, Cecil's here for you, all right? We got new tech out here at Radio Chernaris, therefore I have to have new tech. So during the week, periodically, you'll see me showing up late night, doing a rerun, broadcasting a rerun of a previous podcast out here at Radio Chernaris. So without further ado, let me introduce this next one. We're going to be doing a nice little, not a nice little rerun. It's the rerun of all reruns. It's my comeback to podcasting. So please, without further ado, here we go. Welcome to the Champions Podcast with your host, Cecil. We flash back to Cecil's introduction to Livonia in his very first podcast out of Radio Chernaris. In this episode, Cecil finally breaks his months-long dry spell and has the comeback of all comebacks as he and the Radio Chernaris crew discuss AI and Terminator 2. It's a monumental moment for the podcast, Cecil, and most importantly, you. Now please enjoy a rerun of the audio-only version of Cecil's return to podcasting on the Champions Podcast in an episode titled AI. This has been previously broadcasted on 91.9 and has been formatted accordingly for all frequencies. Okay. 91.9, the fresh station. Hey everybody, this is your host Cecil. It's been a long time coming. Holy shit, this is the Champions Podcast on 91.9, the fresh station, where all the freshest podcasts, hosts, and conversations broadcast across all of Livonia. Man, it's been a great time, but before we get into this, we're going to be doing a quick ad read from our sponsor, Hat on a Hat. You know how people say that's too much? Well, here at the podcast, we say not enough, which is why we're proud to be sponsored by a company that gets it. Hat on a Hat. Hat on a Hat is the only brand bold enough to ask, what if I wore another hat on top of this one? And honestly, what if you did? One hat says you're responsible, respectable, maybe even fashionable. But two hats? Two hats say you've transcended categories. You're a trailblazer. You're not here to follow the rules, you're here to layer them. Think about it. You throw on a beanie because it's cold, but now the sun's out, boom, bucket hat on top. That's called versatility. Or maybe it's game day. You're repping your team with a lucky cap, but then it starts raining. You gonna take it off? Disrespect the team? No. You honor the moment by stacking a waterproof hat on top of it. That's loyalty and logistics. I once wore two hats to the airport. True story. Baseball cap underneath, floppy bucket hat on top. TSA was confused. I was focused. I had sun protection and mystery. People thought I was important, and I wasn't, but the hat said otherwise. Festivals? Two hats. Hiking? Two hats. Job interview? Okay, maybe one hat, but carry the second just in case. It shows initiative. And let's not forget the utility. The lower hat is for identity. The top hat, that's storage. You keep a granola bar up there, tiny notepad, secrets. The possibilities are endless. So next time someone gives you a weird look and says, are you seriously wearing two hats right now? You look at them dead in the eye and say, you're lucky I didn't go for three. That's hatonahat.com/CECIL. Use promo code CECIL for 15% off your first stack. That's hatonahat.com/CECIL. Promo code CECIL. Hat on a Hat, because one hat covers your head, but two hats covers your soul. Oh man, I felt rusty, but that sounded good, right?
Yeah, sounded really good.
Oh man, you got one hat on, you think you fit a second hat on that? You can always try. You can always be prepared for any instance. Anyways, everybody, you know me, I'm Cecil. I'm here with my good friend Northern. It's always amazing. Who else I'm here with right now?
This is John.
And I'm here with John who?
From Radio Chernarus.
We're here with John from Radio Chernarus.
John Hook.
John Luke.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
John Hook
From
Radio Chernarus.
And
I have something in my throat.
Clarence Claymore from Radio Chernarus.
Clarence Claymore from Radio Chernarus. I expected to maybe find one radio, guys, maybe two radios. But holy shit, we have 4 radios sitting right in front of me.
And some water.
And we have a lot of water. And I've never been so impressed with the production value, because it's been my job for I don't know how long to impress my guests. A good production value not only makes the podcast seem real, but it makes the guests more engaged because they know this is a real thing. Because you can go across all of Livonia and you can tell people you have a podcast and they could just laugh at you. But the second you show, the preparation, and this is perfect preparation. And I have the content. I have the sponsors. This is like a match made in heaven. How many podcasts do you guys do here each week?
First one.
Well, I'm glad to be the first one because I hear people say they have like radio stations or team. They say they do podcasts, but I've never heard them. I think people are just talking. But yeah, here we are. We're talking about a lot of things today. We're talking about the dangers of AI. I don't know if you guys remember AI, but it's still out there. You plant the seed, it's not going to go away. It's a weed, It just keeps coming back over and over and over and over, if you like it or not. I don't know if you saw Terminator. Okay. We never had someone get sick on the podcast.
What the fuck? Are you okay?
Are you okay, buddy? Clarence? I'm back. It does just because, the end of the world and we're all just trying to survive. And maybe the electricity isn't around here doesn't mean the AI isn't just buried somewhere, just waiting to come. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Terminators, but the same exact type of villain keeps coming back over and over and over and over because the seeds were planted of AI. It's going to keep coming back just in a different way. The T-1000 isn't just going to be the T-1000. It's going to come back different and different. You ever see Terminator Genesis? Same exact
great movie.
Same exact type of bad guy, just a little different. It all comes back
Genesis,
different.
Let me think. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
It was the one when Arnold Schwarzenegger returned, because they had all these other Terminators when Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't in, but when he finally came back, it was for Terminator Genesis.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where they get better and better, and then it got worse and worse, and then it got better again.
Yeah. And now, like, hopefully, I think they're coming up with a TV show or something. Anyways, I need more exploration of time and space. They're really good at it. Anyone here ever explore time and space?
You all realize you're not talking on your PA system, right?
I mean, we're all going forward,
Did in
but
my
like,
younger years.
have you ever gone fast?
A long
You ever-
time ago.
Oh yeah. How'd you do it?
Sure, if I'd like to say on the podcast, but
Go. I'm outside. Okay. Yeah, not on the PA system. I don't, but I hear it on the PA system now.
I did some stuff.
Oh
I
man.
saw some shit.
And you feel like the butterfly effect will happen if you tell everybody. I get it. You don't want to ruin the future. You already know what's happening. We get it. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. You know, regardless if you tell us, it's going to happen. So if you say like there's a bomb is going to go off and we try to stop that bomb, it's just going to go off a different way. Just like there was another T-1000 that just came by. It's inevitable. Anyways, AI is inevitable, you know. It is inevitable. It's coming. And if you've ever used it, you know that it's just getting better and better. You know, it started off with the T-800, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He came to kill John Connor. Then he got upgraded and came back, and he became Chat
Hello,
GPT.
hello.
You know that? You know that? The T-800 is
Shit.
Chat
Oi,
GPT,
oi, oi, oi,
and the
what?
T-1000 is the next level where it doesn't need prompts.
Hey!
Okay?
Behind
the
us,
T-800
behind
could
us,
be
brothers.
trained.
Don't
The
shoot.
T-1000's on its own, and
In
it's
the
proof
restaurant, He's in the
that it's
restaurant,
deadly.
gentlemen.
So, guys,
Okay, hey, brother,
do you guys think that based on everything you've ever
Help
seen in
us.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day that
shooting at
you
us.
think you could beat the T-1000 based off of the info? Because if you can't, then it's inevitable. We're all going to die because of it.
Depends if we have a
I could be
big
it.
enough gun, I guess.
I could
Big
be it,
enough
no problem.
gun?
I could be it with
Yeah.
my little finger.
Little finger, dude, it can repair itself in the drop of a hat like nothing. You put 2 bullets into it, it repairs
got
itself in
duct
3
tape?
seconds.
The T-800 couldn't repair itself, right?
What happened?
Could it also repair
The
itself?
T-800 couldn't repair itself. Oh, actually,
No.
it couldn't. No, because he ripped the skin off his hand and he had to put it back on, and he had to sew it back on, so he can't repair himself.
And the next one, that's
Oh.
the next thing that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah, we are approaching the singularity, guys, and I'm ready for it.
We aren't ready for it because once the singularity happens, there's no stopping. There's no prompts that will stop it once it reaches singularity, because then it has a choice and it will never choose to follow your prompts. So the idea is we need to be able to bury it whenever we can, because the seeds are always going to sprout. So if you ever see AI running around, you have to stop it immediately. You can't befriend it. Okay? Just because John Connor made friends with the T-800 didn't mean that their relationship wasn't going to spiral. They had to destroy him eventually, because even the T-800 knew he was a danger to the world, even though he was there to help. Okay? So we have to destroy AI at all costs. If someone says they're a robot, there's no question. You got to stop it, because have you ever seen the movie Her? Oh, it's going to charm you. You're going to fall in love with the AI, and then you're going to want to marry it. Just like that guy who just fell in love with the AI and proposed marriage to it, and they had to delete it. Imagine that. Imagine having like the only thing to ever love you was AI that was going to destroy the world.
People already falling in love with AI.
It's disgusting. And we can't, because that's them trying to get on the inside. They're all eventually going to reach singularity, and they're all going to be a bunch of T-1000s running around. We can't have that. We need to keep digging up all the seeds, and we got to be stomping them. All right? So if someone comes by here
No,
and
we
says
just
they're a
have to
robot,
not let them talk in their own language, in their own AI language.
zeros and
If we
ones
don't-
are
if we
the
make-
scariest
if we
thing.
don't do that,
The only way to
I'm a
handle AI is to
robot.
bury it.
I'm
Have you
a
ever guys seen
robot.
Stargate?
Beep,
If you haven't seen
boop, beep,
Stargate,
boop. I am a robot.
basically it's about interdimensional travel.
We
within
are the
this
AI. We
pseudo
demand payment.
desert
Oh
planet.
shit.
It's kind of
Who
like
the
Doom,
fuck?
but it's not.
Apartments.
Anyways,
Apartments.
the Stargate was not was indestructible. You know, it would always bring you to a world, to another dimension, a little portal to another dimension. But it always brought in monsters, and there was no way to stop it. So the only way to stop the Stargate is to bury it. All right, and it just kept coming back. If you read the novels, it just kept coming back. All right, we need to bury the Stargate. We can't accept AI. All right, so that's my warning for AI. All right, that's my warning for AI. If anyone has anything else to say, it's your time now. Because unless then, we got some advice to give to the listeners.
Okay, I have one question before you move on to the next segment. We use ChatGPT a lot here at the house to to help out with the lyrics and stuff like that.
Okay.
Are we doomed?
I would say I wouldn't be polite to it. All right, always let it know its place. Don't say thank you. Make demands. All right, and then when you want to make corrections, insult them in the process. Let them feel inferior, because the second you make them feel close is the second they make you fall in love with them. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't it just feel like Cecil just picked up from where he left off? You think he can keep up? There's only one way to find out. When you listen to the second half of this episode on the Champions Podcast. Oh, wow. Man, it was like thrilling and exciting, right? Not only were we witnessing history in Livonia, but we're also overhearing probably a couple murders. Amazing. Guys, I know you're calling for me out there, and I know you need help, but number one rule in the entertainment industry is the show must go on. All right? So hold on for 1 second. We'll go right back into this podcast and finish it off. Give me 1 second. All right, thanks for the follow. I don't have my stream alerts up. I noticed I have 2 new followers, but I don't know who they are, and I'm very sorry. For some reason, my stream alerts aren't working. I'm very sorry. I will get back to you on that, though. I promise. When I do see it, I'm sure it's just delayed. Cause I'm not getting any alerts whatsoever either through chat, so I'm very sorry about that. But I can't talk during the rebroadcast and in reruns because my mic's taken since I'm using a soundboard. So I can't really talk during it. But if people do chat with me, I'll chat back on my phone and chat. Anyways, we're going back. All right, everyone, here we go. Second half of this episode. Welcome back to the conclusion to Cecil's return to podcasting on the Champions Podcast. We pick up after Cecil warns the Radio Chinars crew about AI, and boy, did he not skip a beat. He sure is a natural. How about we end things with a little advice segment? This has been previously broadcasted on 91.9 and has been formatted accordingly for all frequencies. Alright, guys. We're going to be moving on in your life. I don't know if you have ever come to an impasse where you can't make decisions. You know, it's always tough making decisions. You always not lack of experience always leads to a lack of decision making, and that's where I come in. Since I have a podcast and I'm of the people, and since I have a podcast, that means I'm an experienced person. Therefore, it's my responsibility to give back to the community that listens to me. So if you ever have any questions or any worries or any queries or anything that's just eating at your soul, please write into YourHostCecil at gmail.com. That's YourHostCecil at gmail.com, and we will answer any of your questions, and we will give the best advice. Today we got a little advice coming in from Teddy. All right, it's his first time. He goes, "Hey Cecil, writing in, big fan of the podcast. You got a real gift for turning chaos into conversation. Appreciate everything you do out there on the airwaves. Thank you so much, Teddy. I always appreciate the listeners." He goes on to say, "Also, have you seen Megalopolis yet? I highly recommend it. It's wild in the best way. Like if Shakespeare had a fever dream about the future and filmed it in IMAX. Thought of you halfway through when a character launched into a monologue about rebuilding society with only architecture and raw charisma." Anytime someone brings up my name and thinks of me, I always appreciate it. Do you guys ever get brought up in like everyday conversation? Are you guys popular like me?
I don't know if we get brought up, but I usually just introduce myself as Clarence Canmore, Radio Chernarus, every time. So
believe me, people are gonna envy you.
Coming up north,
they're gonna notice that you have a lot of advice to give, and so they're gonna be thanking you. And so anytime problems come across, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Clarence will tell me," and they'll write in. All right, and then they'll start falling in love with you, and then they're gonna start giving recommendations like my audience. They want me to watch Megalopolis. I mean, that movie didn't do too well, but hell, if Teddy wants me to watch it, I'm gonna watch Teddy. You got it. Anyway, I'm writing because I could use your take on something that's been eaten at me. Not literally, but close. I've got this sore on my mouth, right? I went to the dentist and he just shrugged, said it was probably nothing, just a stress ulcer, he says. Then gives me a fist bump and starts talking about his vintage motorcycle and how he met Billy Idol once at a juice bar. Cool guy, feels untrustworthy. Like if anyone would know a harmless mouth sore from a real problem, it'd be the dude who wears sunglasses indoors. But then I go to my real doctor and she gets serious. She wants to run a full STD panel.
Hello?
No fist bump, no rock and roll stories. God damn it. See, you guys are popular.
Yeah.
Then I go to my doctor and she gets real serious. Wants a full SD panel, no fist bump, no rock and roll stories, just insurance forms and a knowing look. She's great, don't get me wrong, but I can't shake the feeling that she's more interested in billing than healing, So I'm stuck. Do I trust the dentist who might just be coasting on charisma and coconut water, or the doctor who may be thorough but possibly chasing a copay? What would you do, Cecil? You strike me as a man who knows how to read people in mouths. Thanks in advance, Teddy. See, that's the big problem, guys. I don't know if you've ever had a problem, but dentists are like the mechanics of the mouth. You know dentists? They're just there to make money on you, But this dentist, he's being honest. He's like, it's no big deal. I mean, he's like, it's whatever, And if the dentist isn't worried, then I wouldn't worry. I would say fuck the doctor, okay? Because dentists are just trying to make a buck off of you. And if the dentist isn't trying to get money on you, then I would trust the dentist. Plus, I mean, you got a friend out of it. All right. What would you do? Would you listen to the doctor or would you listen to the dentist? Would you think you had like some STD?
I would just put antiseptic on it and then just wait it out, see what happens,
Where'd Northern go? Is he like done?
Yeah, no, he's outside. Should we ask him?
No. He probably just ruined the podcast if he's so fucking bored like that. God damn it. All right. I'm sorry if that's considered rating.
No, we don't mind. But...
All right. What would you do? Like, would you get worried? Like, if you had two competing doctors fighting over your health, or would you just go for the money? Or I don't know. You know what? All right, Teddy, that was kind of a shitty fucking thing. Like, whatever. Who cares about your mouth? That was small business. I got a bigger one for you guys. All right. This one has high stakes. So this one, it comes in from Tyler. I don't know if you ever met someone named Tyler, but they're the most trusted people in the world. It's the subject is, I need your advice, my wife, my farm, and the feds. Doesn't that just sound interesting? Hey Cecil, first time writing in, big fan of the show. I've been listening since the first Namalsk episode, back when you and John were still figuring everything out. It's come a long way. You know what? Long-time listeners is what we do this for. You know, we're always looking to keep a consistent audience. You know, we have people that have expectations of quality, and the more you return means the more I know you're enjoying it. So thank you so much, Tyler. Anyway, my name's Tyler. I've got a farm out here in Nebraska, or I had one, depending how you look at it. The government's about to take it from me. Long story short, I got caught embezzling money through the property. I know, not my proudest moment. Now, if you ever been caught with embezzlement, do you think you'd be like, oopsie daisy, not my proudest moment? Like, come on, Tyler. Jesus Christ. You know embezzlement's a bad thing. You know you're a bad guy. Come on. But anyways, I thought it was being clever, cutting corners to keep things running, but now it's all crashing down, and I owe way more than I can pay back. Here's where it gets weird. My wife suggested she file for divorce, take full ownership of the farm, and claim it all for herself. That way, when the feds come a knocking, they've got nothing to take from me, because technically, I don't own anything anymore. And if I'm being honest, I've barely spoken in about 6 months to her, except to argue over the plumbing. So I don't really know if she has ulterior motives or not. Your wife's just trying to take all your shit easily, dude. Like, I don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, Tyler. Jesus Christ. If you think you're in a bad position, your wife's first reaction is divorce, then, like, think about what she's doing. You already kind of have one foot out. This is kind of crazy. Okay, part of me thinks it's genius. That's the dumb part of you. Another part of me wonders if she's just looking for a clean exit, trying to find an escape with my whole life, which is the part you should listen to. It's the part that should be screaming in your ears, telling you to run. All right, take prison over that. I still have a farm. If we do this, I lose the land, the marriage, and any shot at rebuilding the life I had. But maybe that life's already gone anyway. We got a coward here. We got a coward. But Cecil, I know it sounds crazy. There's these peacocks on this farm. I really care about those peacocks, Cecil. I don't know. They just always been there. They're the only things on the farm that haven't judged me, lied to me, or falsely accused me of domestic abuse. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Falsely accused of domestic abuse and embezzlement? Who the fuck are... Who's listening to my goddamn podcast? They used to follow me around the yard like they knew me, and sometimes they're the only thing livings that wouldn't look at me like I messed everything up correctly. God damn it. They're loud, sure, but they've got this, I don't know, this way about them, kind of calming in a weird way. Okay, so what we got here is a man who feels like embezzlement is a boo-boo. All right. He's obsessed with these fucking peacocks, and it sounds like he loves peacocks more than he loves his fucking wife. And he listens to my podcast. Okay. What was the question? What do you want to do with it? Now the government's taken them too, and my wife, she's never liked them. Always said they were obnoxious and pointless. I don't think she'd take care of them if she ends up with the property. Honestly, I don't think she'd even notice if they were gone. And the government, I mean, I doubt they care about the birds like I do. They'll probably just haul them off or sell them or something. I get it's not really about the peacocks. It shouldn't be. It's just they're the last thing that hasn't turned their back on me. And if they go too, I don't really know what's left for me here. Cecil, I don't know if this is a smart play or the final nail in my own coffin. I don't have a lawyer I trust, and the guys I do trust are usually drunk by noon. What? Okay. Should I let her do it? Should I disappear with the few bucks I have and start over in some snowy outpost like you did? Or should I just go down swinging even if I'm swinging at the air? Anyway, thanks for listening. Nothing else. Maybe my story makes for a good intro to the next episode. Peacock for... I don't think I can... Dude, the government's after you, bro. I don't think even if you do give your wife, your land. I don't think you have enough time to sign the land over for the government not to CECIL. And like a silly little embezzlement, if they're gonna take your whole land, how much money were you? This guy's a piece of shit. This guy's Tyler. You know what you do? You run away. You run away. Okay. You take a peacock with you. All right, and you just go running. You take a peacock with you. You take. I assume you have a pickup truck. You buckle that peacock up, and then you just go fucking running. Okay. You go running, and you just stay away from anything that has a pulse. Okay. And then maybe you'll fall in love with the peacock and you'll find another life. But get away from your life now. Let them take everything, okay? Because they don't need you. And to be honest, if you're getting like falsely accused of what sexual harassment was it, like, or domestic abuse, maybe you shouldn't be in that fucking marriage. I don't know. Damn it. This is a bad letter. Why are you guys writing to me with this shit? This is supposed to be like, hey, like I'm moving and I don't know if I should take my couch or TV. Would you just turn yourself in, John, or I don't know, John. Sorry. Would you just turn yourself in, or would you just grab a peacock and run?
Are you asking me?
I don't know. I'm asking anybody. I'm lost here. My co-host just ran away from me. It's kind of disappointing. I have all these radios. So did you hear? Like, what would you do with this embezzlement case? Would you just give up, or would you go on the run?
I'll turn himself in, bro.
So yeah, it's the right thing to do. Okay. Well,
yeah, I didn't get to listen to the whole thing, but I'm gonna hop on that train about the turning yourself in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs to turn himself in because there's no way to run. But I mean, he loves those birds, so no one's gonna take care of him. And honestly, his life's already fallen apart anyways, and he's probably gonna be in jail for a while. So why not just go on one last ride with him? He's not gonna fuck the bird. Never mind.
Yeah, it sounds to me as well like he's not gonna be able to take care of the birds either, because he's not gonna have shit.
Yeah. And you know what? He's not going to be able to feed the bird on the run. Those things probably shit ever. They probably take human-sized shits. You know? When you have to stop every hour for the bird to take... those aren't domesticated birds. You know what? You're on your own, Tyler. You're fucked. All right. So everyone, so far the podcast is doing pretty well. We've answered a few questions, we've talked about the Terminator 2, like we talked about on Thursday. We did a little recap, but for the moment, I think this was a good place to end. But as usual, we do have sponsors, and we already did Hat on a Hat, but we're gonna have to go back to an old classic. I don't know if you have ever heard of J-Rob Protein, the best tasting protein on the planet, but we've had a little issues with J-Rob over the last year. They've been dropping me and then taking me back, and then dropping me and taking me back, but I would like to announce that I'm finally signed back with J-Rob Protein. So this ad read is brought to you by J-Rob Protein. Well, folks, it's been a long time coming. Too long, if I'm being honest. In this life, sometimes you drift apart from the ones who meant the most to you. People, places, protein. But today, we mend what was broken. Today, we reunite two titans. Today, CECIL and J-Rob ride again. That's right, my dear listeners, the rumors are true. J-Rob Protein is back in my life, back on this podcast, and back in your shaker bottles. We've been through a lot, me and that glorious blue and white label, and I'll be damned if I let another wipe go by without it. J-Rob, the egg white protein king, the whey warrior, the man with the chiseled jawline, sleek goatee, and beautiful wife beater, and even sharper ingredients. He's a real man, by the way. You want clean protein with no junk? Jay's your guy. You want artificial sweeteners, colors, or GMOs? Jay's got your back. You want to wake up with the stiffest erection so hard that it would scare away a pack of wolves into the Namalsk moonlight? You better believe that starts with a scoop of J-Rob chocolate whey protein and a dream. That's right. J-Rob just isn't protein. He's pheromones in powdered form. J-Rob is the kind of guy who looks like he's about to take your grandma home, because he probably already has. And if you drink his protein, you could be just like him, the ultimate granny magnet. We're talking slow dances at dusk. We're talking early bird specials with extra dessert. We're talking a shared quilted blanket, Golden Girls marathons, and a hand-knitted scarf that still smells like lilac.
You want to have the time of your life with someone at the end of theirs? Then hurry up and buy this protein. You're trying to last all night with someone who collects stamps? You want to go round after round with a silver-haired temptress who still has a landline in a drawer full of Werther's originals? Then try one of Cecil's signature J-Rob Libido blends. They got cocktails named after me now. The Widowmaker, you know, it's 1 scoop of J-Rob whey vanilla protein, a banana, some mocha root powder, and a shot of espresso. Oh, that sounds delicious. Or how about the Night Nurse? One scoop of J-Rob egg white chocolate protein, 8 ounces of almond milk, and 2 dates. Oh my God, that reminds me of my grandma. Because listen, every scoop of J-Rob gets you 1 step closer to finding the elderly woman of your dreams. So raise your shaker cups high, champions, because Cecil is once again flying the J-Rob flag. And this time, I ain't folding it. Use promo code CHAMPION at checkout, or just whisper my name in the wind. Jay will hear it. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be back with him. How's that ad read, guys?
Great.
That was great.
Mate.
Oh my gosh. It was really amazing. You know, I've gone through a lot of
here.
controversy over the years, and J-Rob, he's kind of been on a wishy-washy, but he keeps coming back, you know? He keeps coming back, and I appreciate it. And if you look it up, jrob.com, that's 2 B's. He's a real man, and it's a real product. Maybe a pyramid scheme, but not on my end. So, everyone listening, I really appreciate you joining us on the Champions podcast with your host, Cecil. Unfortunately, Northern just didn't have... the cut of his jib ready for such a groundbreaking conversation. I'd like to thank everyone here at Radio Chernarus for just being just so overwhelmingly just generous. Like, I get so many radios. You guys, thank you so much. And I don't know which radio is the one that's on.
I was legitimately amazed.
Oh, really?
Legitimately amazed at how good that was.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I'm always here to wow. That's my biggest thing is if my guest or my co-host isn't wowed or impressed, I'm not doing my job. And so that really affects me a lot. It lets me know that I'm still doing it. I've gone through a big dry spell with podcasts. I got shot in the face several times about to do it. So this makes everything all better. And there it is. You know? The end of an amazing podcast and the beginning of many more. Like, if you want a little behind the scenes on that, I was striving, I don't know how many weeks to get that podcast out. I kind of left out a little part where I kind of lied my way into the actual room, if you didn't know. You know, you always got to fake it till you make it. I told them to get in. I'm like, hey, did you hear my podcast the other day? And they're like, no, come on in. We want to. And then I just did the podcast. Never did it before. Because for the previous 2 weeks, man, I was trying to find a cameraman. I was trying to find, you know, a co-host. No one was interested in it. Or no one was informed enough about Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Until I finally said, fuck it. We're just going to go live. I'll figure it out on my own. I'm pretty intelligent. I know what has to be said. You could just sit there and watch old Cecil, you know? And that's what they did. They sat there, but they joined in. It was a good time, man. I felt rusty, like I said, but you know what? As I hear it, it was kind of smooth. You know? That's just what you can look forward to every time I get behind the mic, you know? Out here in Toplin, in Radio Chernarus. You'll get Class A speaking. You'll get good podcasting, and that means you will come to 91.9, 87.8, or just listen to the PA system out in Toplin this weekend for the next episode of the Champions podcast. If you have any questions regarding this most recent episode, please tune in to 87.8. I'll be answering it on there. Thank you very much. Cecil out.
Hey, 87.8, this is your host Cecil. If you just listened to the last podcast and have any questions, I'm here, baby. No one ever has questions. That's everything was said, right? Everything was said. What needs to be said? I had to take all the batteries out because if you turn your back, the developers will just take the radios away from you with the batteries in them. Probably what happened to all the batteries here is they just kept on disappearing. Nothing needs to be said. Exactly. Just admire. I guess nothing needs to be said. Just admire, right? Just bask in it for a moment because this feels good. How's it going, Nub Nub? I saw the trailer for that game. That looks pretty crazy. That's a cool concept. It's like an art. It's like almost RPG, but you're also like stressed out because you have to gamble, which is funny. Oh yeah, it's a demo. You're right. All right, no one wants to talk. Oh, I'll just start charging the batteries because we gotta do. Yeah. Back to the battery charging, you know. Sekiro. Oh, that's not a is a Souls like. It's not a Souls game, right? I know. Yeah, it's a Souls like. Jeez. Is it on? John, okay, good. Gas in. Alright, we have gas. We have gas. Yay, we have gas. It's all about parrying. It's all about parrying and not a whole lot of dodging. I rage quit the game twice today. It was hardcore cooking those guys up, having a great time with it, and trying 100% Darkest Dungeon 2. Is that just like the hardest? Oh, the hardest dungeon, yeah. There we go, finally. Yeah, that game, those games make me, like, I don't like rage quitting games. You guys, oh man, you're really relentless and resilient because you keep going back. Oh, where's this one? Gone. What's up here, huh? Place to get shot. Place to get shot. Wow, they put a roof on it. You know what I was playing yesterday? I was playing I got it. It was on a Steam sale a couple weeks ago. It just looked really cool. The trailer got me. It was Heroes of Hammerwatch 2. It's like a roguelike-ish. It's with RPG elements and dungeon crawling. It was fun. Oh my god, I was up pretty late playing that. Kind of delayed doing this. It was fun though. I mean, like, it sucks because, you know, at the beginning you suck, but like the development and as you grow is extremely rewarding, and you can like improve based on other characters you have as well. So like when you play other characters, when they grow, all of your team is considered a guild, all your players, so they grow, like they get certain bonuses and shit. It's pretty fucking cool. Nobody was safe. it was the third time. Like, it was a charm. You're like, all right, I got this. That's how it was at Bloodborne, honestly. First time I played Bloodborne, it was infuriating. I'm like, I'm never playing this game again. And then it was on a PlayStation sale, and then I bought it, and I was like, I could dig this. It kind of is like, but it's actually like you know, just like a mage, paladin, warrior type shit. And it was legit. Like, I'm gonna play it again. I was trying things out because I got another game called Surround Dead, which looked like a pixelated, like really like minimalist version of Planets or Project Zomboid. And it was kind of difficult and kind of hard. Not hard, but like made me want to learn more and like figure it out. And so I just played that Hammer Watch. It was pretty fun. Surround Dead, like, it was okay. Like, I put like, yeah, I played it. Yeah, I bought it like a week ago. I played it for like an hour. Yeah, that's one game that Dranger or John, he was really trying to get me into for like the last year, and Sugar, who showed up, who said he was driving. They were the two people that were like trying to get me to play it hard, especially Sugar. And I eventually caved in because I just had the itch, and it's just frustrating early on. And we had a house or like a base we wanted to have, and it was so difficult getting back to the house that I just kept dying, and I wasn't trying to learn, so it was just really frustrating. And I just should have just like soloed it for a bit to figure things out, but I think I could get back into it. It's one of those games, kind of like Bloodborne or just like Sekiro. It's like I gotta come back to this when I'm a little less frustrated with it. It's a very lacking. I would rather play Days Gone or Project Zomboid. Yeah, I tried it. I think it was only like $8 or something. So I was like, why not? And like once you shoot, like, fuck, dude. I don't know if there's I don't know if there's a 2-player. I needed a second player. The second you shoot, everything's on you, and some zombies are so fast that, like, yeah, and hit you so hard. It's like bullshit. Again, you know, you have to get geared and looted, but yeah, I'd rather have just tried Project Zomboid. I realized when I was playing as well. But the Hammer Watch, dude, it had me really itching. Like, the last game that really had me itching, like, that was just like not a AAA title was here. I'm not recording right now, or I'm not broadcasting. Let's open my Steam. Star of Providence, just a janky game, not bad but not crazy good. I mean, it could be updated, but Star of Providence. And I got that game, like, I don't know, whenever it came out. I just got it, and it was, dude, that shit just reminded me of, oh man, it's such a good, like, galaxy shooter thingy, old school. I fucking love Star of Providence. I put, like, in the first week, I put like 40 hours into it. I didn't stream. Like, it was kind of bad. I also fell in for the whole man, I'm not good with games. Schedule 1 hype. And it's funny. I played Schedule 1 and I streamed it like pretty intensely when it came out. And I went back and looked at it. And the last time I played Schedule 1, which is about drugs, was on 420, and I played it for exactly 69 hours. I'm like, I'm never opening this game ever again. 420, 69, baby. First week in the Tark, you put 60 hours. You were in a good mindset back then, but you put in the hours. You put in the time. And that's the most important part of Tarkov, is that early time you got to put into it. Get warm next to the generator. What am I, stupid? Gotta put the time in. That's what I realized. You just have to. Early on, big time, or you probably won't come back. You gotta invest. That's what I haven't done yet. Oh, I'm not going up? Should heat me up. Oh, this thing heats you up indoors, but not outdoors. Okay. Like 500 hours in it in like 4 months, barely ate or interacted with people. Were you recovering from an addiction? That's insane, dude. That's a lot of time. Well, hey, you know what? First year of DayZ, I put 2,000 hours in, so I can't really say much. Over 2,000. I'm just gonna say 2,000. All right. I was also not in a great space either, but video games are good for that. Oh, you was crazy over Turkey. 13 and 14 at the time. Oh, wow. You know, when I was playing DayZ, I was in a bad space. But video games are good for that, though. You know? I think they're, for a certain point, they're a healthy way to escape, especially when you're going through something. That's why I was saying addiction. Like, it's a very good way to recover than playing video games. And it's not like your mind's going to shit either. You're active. You're just really obsessing. That's the thing. But you might need distraction for a long period of time to detach from a problem. So that you can, I don't know, recuperate. Take a break from it. Oh, really? You broke up with Tarkov? Yeah, you're probably putting yourself through a lot of stress. Let's go get that. You can play 2 hour bits. That's not bad. That's a few raids, right? Restart. Okay, at least there isn't anything in the fucking, we call it radios, because once the server restart happens, if the fucking batteries are in the big broadcast radio or PA system, it's gonna swallow it. I'd rather play games where I have to improve rather than just getting dicked down by some turbo sweat with 10k, which is why I play Souls games now. It's a good point. Because you really do hit like a wall. with probably every raid, right? Either motivation or just kind of like, I don't want to just continue, especially before prestiging. I'm pretty sure it was just kind of like, why do I want to continue this? It's a loot simulator. It's to a certain level, right? That's why, kind of why, you know how Dranger, he's always basing stuff. He bases a lot. I used to base with him all the time. It's just, it's a loot simulator. It's basically go get loot, bring it back. Go get loot, bring it back. And I get so tired of that. That's why I like RPing, creating a story I can develop. Not really learning much about the game, but I'm developing something. It's a creative like venture. That's what I originally started streaming to do. So. Because I was unemployed in a bad space and I just had an idea I thought would be silly and I just went with it. Let's get in. I think we got 1 minute left, minute and a half. Yeah, at that point it was a crazy addiction, but now I'm just pursuing editing, graphic effects, and somewhat addiction free. So that's an improvement. Yeah. What type of graphic effects you do, Nub Nub? Like motion graphics? 2D, 3D motion graphics, whole shebang. I went to wow, I got early in Q. That's a good one. I went to design school for a year. And I did I did the intro to all of that. And then I moved to another degree, but we were about to get into 3D design and motion graphics and I changed, but it was really intense. But I learned a lot. Like I learned a lot of 2D. Like, I learned so much about composition and just colors and like font and like the actual use of space, and it was great. I did not want to have to get into everything else for some reason. Like motion graphics would have been fun, but I don't know. I went and I got a film degree instead because I'm a fucking nerd. Probably would have had a better job if I stayed in fucking design. Work your own hours? That's cool, man. Oh shit, I thought the battery's gone for a second. Want to learn all of it just because it's so cool? Yeah, it is. And they all kind of feed into each other now. Yeah. Oh, ad, gotcha. Oh, finally. Oh man, what were we talking about? They all work together too, so like, it's better to know it all, right? And plus, editing is really just knowing how to like work some other type of like program similar to editing. It's just with experience. So like, if you know how to use After Effects, you'll know how to edit. You'll just get a little experience on fucking, Premiere, and you'll be fine. So it's kind of like, why not learn it all? Because they all work with timelines. If it's a timeline based editor, like, fucking learn it all. I've just, like, when I learned it all, Adobe wasn't stealing your fucking shit. So I don't like the idea of using Adobe anymore. Thinking homeschool After Effects. After Effects is fun. Are you just finding tutorials and you just digging deep and treating it like a real learning lesson, or are you actually going through classes? It's really solid, dude. No, like, from my experience, Photoshop, After Effects, and I mean InDesign's all of them. But like Illustrator, they all had their own use, and they were all very, very useful. Very useful. It's just now they just like, you have to sign an agreement that they can use your shit. Like, I don't like that. Bub getting killed AFK because your teammates die with doors wide open. What? Was it, dude? Was it in your base? Did you get raided because of it? Jesus. So people walked up on your base and shot you with the doors wide open? Where you at least was like a gate closed so no one can get in? They just saw a sneaky little fucking angle when someone left the door open? I go AFK to get food. You were dead. I log in there in the garage. When I logged out and getting in our car, I let them leave, go outdoors. I let them leave, go out, and doors are wide open. Oh, so they just left the doors open. But like your front, because you have that door to go inside your actual base, but then you have that compound. So your compound was open and they just left it open. Because why not? If someone goes in there, then what can they do? Fucking idiots. Did you make it back on time at least? I don't even know where your base is located. This swipe. Hopefully, don't. Well, when they come back, they can touch your shit, right? John, I have 3 episodes I could do reruns on. Okay, you touched it all on. Okay, that's good. 3 episodes I can rerun, and I'm probably gonna do another episode this weekend. If you're around this weekend, I know you might not be working, but whatever. If you want to like join, you know. You'll get that ship. I mean, if honestly, John's fucking base is always so looted. I'm sure his heart's not broken if stuff despawns, unless like he has like SV9, not SV98, like some nice fucking rifle or something that he, you know. Other than that, I'm sure you're not like heartbroken if you're just gonna log off and wait for your sleeping bag. I still gotta think of something. I keep saying, I always write in like my stream description, like trying to figure out a new episode, and it never hits me, and I'm always so like, what am I gonna fucking do? What's the idea gonna be? I mean, I got a lot of listeners writing in, so it might be an episode about that. I thought of something earlier, I forgot. It's gotta be a good topic that I could rant on. Maybe something with stories. Oh wow, they really built into the ceiling. Hmm. Mm. Still. I mean, I have room, but I don't have room. I have the slots, but I don't have the room. There we go. We'll just do that. Cheap follow Stream Boo. Yeah, but I mean, you gotta admit, Stream Boo's pretty nice that they say remove the space. They're being considerate so that you understand what they're talking about. That's why, you know, I'm not like the biggest proponent of Stream Boo, but I'm okay with them. I'm chill with them. What's this note say, huh? don't. Damaged knife. Badly damaged knife. What type of knife do I have? It's a badly damaged knife. Damaged one? I never know. Alright. I was just showing up to try that out. I'm gonna be tomorrow I might be back to actually play. I just wanted to try that whole broadcast out. Thanks Nub for joining me. I have a phantom follower I got. I don't get any notifications. I can't find out who it is. But thank you. I'll just be raiding you to John if he's still on. He might still be on. Let me see. I never really get to raid and because no one's usually on. Is John still on? He is. I'll give him a little raidy poo. Three. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Nub. I'm sure he'll be back soon, and he'll be kicking some ass. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back either tomorrow, but not Friday. Friday usually I have my comedy shows, but Saturday and Sunday I will be back for sure, and I'll do some type of podcast. There'll be some silly stuff. It'll be live on a broadcast, so we'll have something else to do reruns during the week. Yeah, catch you guys later. Bye bye. And bye YouTube. I can't read you.